Hello and welcome to another episode of the Kennel NRL podcast live stream. And today, it's a bit of a special one because it is a celebration live stream. What are we celebrating? We're celebrating the doggies making the finals and confirmed for the finals after 8 years. The last time was 2016, and let me tell you, we are excited. Even Dibbo, a Dragons fan, is excited for the doggies to be in the finals. Dibbo, welcome.
Games are selling out. The hysteria, the euphoria is all there. The colours are coming out. Something we haven't seen down in these ways of Sydney for a while. And even this week, I think the crowd's on track to go to 35,000 plus at Accor Stadium. And that's against Manly, whose fans,
Don't travel.
They're as rare as a dodo bird these days. So they don't, on these parts of Sydney anyway. So 35,000. That tells me probably 35,000 or 34,998 of them are Canterbury fans. It is phenomenal. This is another reason why the NRL needs, traditional Sydney sides like Canterbury going well. It's another reason. Ratings are up, TV ratings up, crowds are up, sales up. I think it's time the NRL abandoned their master plan of the Roosters, Souths, Melbourne, Brisbane going well. So, stop telling your refs to help those guys out anymore and stop giving them favourable TV time slots. Time you focus on sides like Canterbury, St George, West Tigers, Parramatta, for example. So, I'll tell you what, if those four sides are firing, you'll get sellouts basically every week. St George, 3 out of the last 4 games sold out. Canterbury, I know, sold out Belmore, and then, obviously Accor fits 80,000, but, if they had a boutique stadium, pretty much all their games would sell out every year. So the NRL needs a firing Canterbury Bulldogs. It needs tribalism back. It's what Peter V'landis wanted from the start of last year or something like that. He wants that rivalry back. He wants the traditional Sydney powerhouses going good again. I'm seeing a lot of blue and white flags. I'm seeing blue and white streamers already. I'm going, around these parts and going down towards where I live and further down south. So it's good times.
And, it's interesting that you say things are coming back. And I'm starting to see a lot of hate online for the doggies. We're starting to see a lot of racism. We're starting to see a lot of absolute, really, really poor comments towards the Bulldog supporters. And that's when the doggies are going well, is when other fans hate us. They hate the way we celebrate. They hate the way the Bulldogs fans do things. And it is a bit of a discussion I want to have today about the way the Bulldogs celebrate. But we'll get into that. But we're doing well when everybody starts to hate us.
You know what? I'll tell you what I loved. Now the hate's coming out and the rivalry's coming out. I hate it when it gets racist. I hate it when it gets personal. I was actually happy and excited to see the rivalry start coming out. In a good banter way. That's what I wanted to see. But, I'm not happy to see racism or people getting personal using vile language. I've actually started, now Canterbury's going good, I've actually started copying some hate from Canterbury fans saying, we wish St George don't make it. That sort of thing. But, it made me smile. It's back.
Yeah.
Obviously Canterbury's doing well. St George has still got a long way to go, to be fair. But yeah, can you imagine imagine those sides were sitting top 4.
Yeah, look.
I wouldn't allow a game to be held at Cogra. I wouldn't I wouldn't even allow a game to be held at Wollongong if they were to play. It'd have to be either Accor, that's the Canterbury home game, and then the St George game would have to be at Allianz. Because there's no way you're going to fit a 22,000 seater if those two sides are firing in the top 4.
Well, I mean,
it was evidenced.
If the Sharks finish in the top 2, which I don't think they will, but if they were to finish in the top 2, imagine them, playing a final with 13,000 people.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think they're sustainable anymore. Despite all that stuff, their moves they're making and all that. imagine having a sustained period of success and only getting 11,000 or 13,000 crowds.
It is.
And not still doing anything crash out fantastically.
We're here to celebrate the Dogs making the finals for the first time in 8 years.
Can I ask you a question? Have you been driving up and down Burwood Road in Belmore? Were you part of that crew or nah?
I can neither confirm nor deny where I have been after Bulldogs wins and victories, and throughout the week on my lunch breaks and in the afternoons when I have some time. I cannot confirm nor deny where I have been and why my horn is no longer working. I'll just leave that there.
Oh, jeez, bloody hell, man!
I think I'm gonna have to put.
What
in
a feeling,
horn.
eh? The finals euphoria is back. Every time you're gonna see a Canterbury flag on the road, just going to beat the hell out of that car.
I'll tell you what. Today I was preparing for another video that I'm putting together. Watch out for that next
I
week.
think you guys will mob Canterbury Place if you guys see him in public.
Oh man,
You know,
yeah,
jump
they're
on
already
'em
getting mobbed at a few haunts in Belmore. They're getting mobbed by the fans.
The belief is there.
Oh, the belief is there.
I'll tell you what, the belief isn't just there that they've made the finals. They haven't made the finals in 8 years, but there's actually genuine belief that you guys can go all the way, not just make the grand final now, but win it. You know, I know a lot of detractors will say, oh, look, they're getting so far ahead of themselves. But if you go off their performances, mate, every reason to, you know, believe in the side. They've won, they've subdued sides, they've been miserly in defence. And the very few games they have lost, it was an extremely close game. And Canterbury, in fairness, didn't play to their ability in those games. So, of course, have every belief to win those games. If, like, for example, if it was in the St. George's instance and you scrape into 8th, I'd just be happy they made the finals. But in all honesty, I personally know they don't have that ability to go all the way, because when they've lost easily.
Yeah.
And when they've won close games. And, well, you know, and if they've been in a top 8 side, generally that top 8 side either had an off game or they were under strength. So, but you guys, totally different. You know, it's a nightmare. Honestly, I look at it, I think, geez, that poor side playing that Canterbury defence.
The Dogs' biggest loss since round 2 was by 18 points to a Roosters in Gosford in the rain.
What about outside that loss?
The biggest loss outside of that was against the Panthers in Penrith with Cleary by 6 points.
Jeez.
That's our biggest loss after.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, so to be really really to be at this end of the season and grinding teams out the way the Bulldogs are grinding them out. You know, a lot of people can say that I think we're having some issues with our streaming. Sorry guys, just give us 1 second. We may have to restart the stream. Really a drink or something. We'll be back in